If you're only here to cause drama, come sit next to me.
If you're looking for the bare necessities, you found them.
Hello! I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear, and welcome to the Real Housebears.
Look at me. Look at my life. Listen to my podcast.
Erica, your life is so awful.
Or what? Or what? Or what? Or what?
And then she needs in with like a Alyssa Edwards tongue pop.
Or what?
People have not been kind to Erica about how they're like, you are this house with these $1,000 candlesticks, caviar pie, wearing how knows expensive of an outfit, and look at your life.
I mean,
what about the orphans and the deaf people and the people with diseases and all these other things?
People don't like cheaters and liars and stealers. They just don't like them.
Ooh, what if somebody chimed in and said that? Oh my God. She would probably levitate in the air and glide over to him and tack him.
Yes, with laser beams coming out of her eyes.
And her nails grow out. And she's like, ah!
Foaming at the mouth.
Yes, teeth have grown in.
You shut up.
Well, we have two very exciting episodes to get into.
Yes.
But before we do, I just have a few things to say.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, I saw a picture of Sutton in a bathing suit this week, and she has a beautiful figure. She needs to She needs to fire her stylist.
Yes.
Because she has a really cute body. I apologize, Sutton.
I'm eating crow pie all day long.
I will say the proportions are still a little bit different, but her body is really cute. She was wearing a bikini and she looked really
You
great.
can't hide much in a bikini, so.
No, so.
Well, good for her. Good
Yeah.
job, Sutton. I applaud you for going out there and taking risks with fashion.
Right. Well, and I do. She's been killing it mostly lately.
Are you looking at my fashion right now?
Yeah,
when I said
I'm
that? You're
looking
like staring at my headpiece right now.
Your headpiece?
Yes.
Your bandana is your headpiece?
It's my headpiece.
Is it? Norman Desmond? Your turban? Also, there was a deleted scene that I wish I would have known about before last week that Sutton has actually offered money to Erica. Like when Sutton was getting divorced, she was told by someone, if you need money, you're going to be broke, completely broke for a while. So during that period, if you need money, I will help you with that. And Sutton did that to Erica. So that changes so many things about
Yikes,
how
Erica.
you feel about a lot of this, you know?
Don't bite the hand that offers you food.
Right?
Girl, that small town is so whack.
So let's get into first episode.
Let's
14.
unseal this episode.
Let us unseal this episode with our lips.
I
can't wait for my Lisa lips.
Well, Delilah and Amelia show up with Delilah's boyfriend, Ayal. Hey,
In a very, oh, hey, y'all.
Where did first of all, I couldn't figure out what kind of car it was, but
It looked like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini
Yeah.
or like a something fancy.
And then
I don't know cars.
Did he say that Delilah got it for him somehow?
No, I
through
think-
friends? Like I couldn't figure out what was
Yeah, I
happening.
think it was like a friend that was able to let him drive the car or lease it or something. I don't know. Rich kids.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Kids. I want to be a rich kid. If I were a rich kid.
I want a rich father that will hand me down vintage clothing.
I still think it's hysterical that Lisa Rinna keeps all these beautiful gowns in her garage.
That are one of a kind.
I mean,
Well, where do you put
you
them, I
go,
guess?
girl.
I mean,
that's where the hustle. I know that Harry Hamlin bought her a lot of that, but still, she was given a lot of that. A lot of that was made for her. That's where the hustle pays
handmade,
off.
lace, stitched, one of a kind, even pregnant clothing.
It's incredible.
I mean, that's insane.
And then her beautiful daughters look so incredible in them.
Stunning. Oh my God, that Tom Ford for Gucci with the gold hip.
I love it. I love it.
That made me like that. That one was my favorite.
And I really love Tom Ford, so I was
Ford is
really
really good.
excited about that. Did you notice that Lisa Rinna cusses throughout her entire confessionals?
I didn't notice that.
Like almost every time, here in the very beginning, she cusses through. Like they have to bleep out like half of her confessionals because she just cusses throughout her confessionals.
That's what I just said about Sonique on
Drag Race.
Drag Race. She cusses too much on her confessionals.
But you know, Lisa Rinna really loves her daughters. She respects her daughters.
But they're not even young women anymore. Those are women.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
you know, they're practically trying to get Delilah to marry, I think it's Ayal. I think I'm
Ayal.
saying that
Yeah, I
right.
think-
When poor Amelia dating Scott Disick.
And her mom's like, why not Harry Styles?
Right.
I'm like, really? Harry Styles?
I mean, yeah.
I guess it
Yeah.
could happen. I mean,
I
they
support
run
that.
in the rich crowds. But yeah, Scott Disick, I don't even know who this guy is.
Well, he's pretty famous from the Kardashians, but nonetheless.
But it must be crazy to see your daughters or like any of your children wearing clothes that you wore around their age and like fitting into them stunningly.
I bet as a parent, that's incredibly emotional.
Oh yeah, because you on it like my mom still sees me as the little boy that I was, like the
Right.
little tiny kid. So she sees me now. She's like, "Honey, you're a whore."
Well, we find out there at Rinna that Ayal gave his stepmother some of Lisa Rinna's beauty products, and that Crystal has decided to throw a launch party for Rinna at her house.
I love Lisa's confessional look. It's very fall colors, but it also looks like stained glass.
Yeah, it is
looks
really pretty.
very
I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't write a note down.
Yeah,
there,
it's
but
like
since you said it,
it's
I
all
know
those
exactly.
fall colors, and it's an intricate pattern. But for some reason, it looks like stained glass.
Look how great we all look. I know. I'm just gonna say it.
So we have a quick scene at Crystal's where she's making food with her. I love to watch Crystal banter with her housekeeper. They have a really fun like pick at each other.
I think
relationship.
her name is Lucy, but I call her boss of the house. Like she's legit boss of the house.
Yes. And then Dorit arrives in a Brooks Marks tracksuit.
Like I'm standing here.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I have completely spaced on the Brooks Marks trend.
Thank you.
That
you.
was really good.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
But she totally did.
I feel like I'm doing justice to the outfit, you know?
And they don't hug because of COVID. And I'm like, two questions. You've been filming together nonstop, so
You're
why
getting
aren't you-
tested
yeah,
like
why aren't you
12,
hugging?
15 times.
And number two, Dorit said, this is hard for me because I'm a hugger, and Crystal said, I am too. But didn't earlier in the season, Crystal tell Sutton she's not a hugger?
No, Sutton told Crystal she's not.
Okay, thank you, because I was like, I need some clarification about that.
I want to give Crystal hugs. You know, I've got something deep down for Crystal. I really like her.
You know, I hate to jump the gun, but at this Lisa Rinna party that she's getting ready to have, she wins the most beautiful housewife ever in my mind. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But, you know, they recap the dinner at Kyle's where everyone/Sutton went after Erica. But Dorit just didn't feel like a holiday party was the right time. Dorit's more concerned about the jabs from Garcelle.
It's like a bully.
I do agree with Dorit saying that when they did see Erica at the Christmas party, she was completely broken down. Like she was not happy. It didn't look. So that was not the right time to bring any of that up. So I guess Dorit is going to have to focus on Garcelle now.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is the episode when Dorit officially decided to join the show.
You're gonna make me blush, bub.
Yes. This is where you've been very excited about.
Yes, because Dorit's entire story so far has been her fashion.
That's
That
all
has
it
been
is.
her entire, it's from her tagline to every moment she's on screen.
But now, again, for like the third, fourth season in a row, it's about her talking too much again.
And I certainly don't want to be accused of, belaboring a point.
So it doesn't go too far away from like when the apple falls from the tree kind of scenario. It doesn't fall too far.
I keep it coming, Dorit.
Come on, Dorit.
Listen, it would drive me insane to be around her and her never shut up. But I love her on my television. I never thought I would hear myself say that back in the day.
Yeah.
Moving over to Erica's house, she really loves cleaning.
Oh, this is such a boring clip. Oh my god.
You know what? A lot of people online, again, kind of gave her a hard time thinking that it was like a sympathy thing or something. I don't really know exactly what it was. But I think I remember hearing earlier in seasons that she does enjoy cleaning and especially vacuuming. So I think this isn't the first time we've heard about this before.
Well, she says it's very meditational. And I agree. That could be very meditational
Sometimes,
for you.
if
Yeah.
you can get in the zone to clean, girl, my
Especially
house.
if you're like by yourself and you just got some music on. Yeah. You got some like Work Bitch by Britney on. You can get that stuff done.
Absolutely.
Girl, yes.
Rinna shows up in this really beautiful zebra print dress. Like, it wasn't like an obnoxious zebra print. It was like kind of a modest zebra print. Kyle's coming because it's her birthday. And Kyle's wearing, did you notice her black boots with the clear heel?
No.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Ooh.
They pop a bottle of rosé.
But we have champagne and cake, bitches.
And Erica serves them in some beautiful champagne flutes that she took from her former home.
Snag this on the way out.
I like that she's on the way out and she's like, okay, I need a couch and I need champagne flutes.
Yeah, exactly. The important thing, she needs at least 6 of them. I would hope she got 6 of them.
But we know she has at least 3.
Good.
These women, when they give gifts,
Listen, I said this in earlier episodes. When they give a gift, that's somebody's mortgage right there in the normal world.
seriously, with the ring they gave to Garcelle,
Ooh, it was huge.
they're giving Kyle a faux fur, but even though it's faux, I'm sure it's quite expensive. They're not going to give her something cheap.
Oh gosh, like we're gonna have to give somebody our firstborn or something because we cannot compete.
I know. That's what we're going to do for the premiere of Salt Lake City Season 2. We're just going to write a IOU to like Heather and Whitney and like, I owe you our firstborn
Child.
Sorry, we're poor. I can't buy you a car or a ring, but I promise we're working on making kids every day.
I like a man in a vulnerable position.
I think I bear it, and start crying to make her feel bad.
And then they'll give us money.
And then they'll give us money. Like, no, here.
So apparently the other women, Sutton, still don't feel good about being able to say what they really wanted to say at dinner the other night. And Kyle and Rinna kind of tell Erica that essentially Sutton doesn't want legal issues or issues with her reputation in society.
Mm-hmm. And that's where, like, Erica has a big issue with.
Yeah, I mean, she was already mad that she went and got a lawyer, but now that she knows that she's really just worried about her reputation.
How small town of her.
You know how much, like, how easily this would have all been avoided if Sutton went straight to Erica and told her concerns and stuff and told her straight, just those two, instead of bringing the group together, telling the group without her, and then bringing the group over to tell her, hey, we've been discussing this behind your back.
Yeah. Other than let's powwow and come up with a game plan.
Exactly.
Let me just go to Erica and tell her what I'm dealing with.
Because Erica did say in one of her confessionals, she's like, listen, Sutton is one of the kindest people that I've ever met. And they do the flashbacks of all that Sutton has done for Erica and stuff. So even Sutton is kind of blown away by this. But again, Erica is completely unloading all of her issues right now onto Sutton because she can. She's the punching bag right now.
Well, you know what she's mad at? Sutton didn't give her money for these hair tracks that in this scene she's got right now.
Honey,
all I see are her hair tracks to this whole entire scene.
Haven't you learned anything from Britney? We don't tear people down for their hair tracks. Not anymore.
Okay, darn it. Well, let me take out the rest of my notes.
You got it. Hair track.
Well,
hair track.
That one confessional she has, I think, in the next episode where she's wearing the blue and her hair is kind of straight and she looks just like a ragamuffin.
Everybody out there, do not ever marry a hairstylist or somebody whose mom was a hairstylist who knows about wigs and hair tracks, because they will ruin every movie for you. They'll be like, oh, look at that wig. You can totally tell the tracks. Oh, you see that track? Oh, that's a wig too. And I'm like, my fantasy is completely blown watching TV with you. And it's honestly, I almost could not watch The Witcher because of his wig, because you can't, I know it's not his real hair, but you don't need to point it out to me.
That's why I can't watch The Witcher because of that wig.
You brought it up.
I just can't. I can't. Kyle brings up the cheating and Erica kind of retells the story, or maybe we didn't have the details before and I felt like I did, but about picking up Tom's phone.
I feel like the whole phone thing and picking it up has been told at least once before.
Okay,
this.
I'm glad. I thought so. I was like, this doesn't feel new to me.
But I think Erica is just kind of going over it kind of again, because I think she said she found out about some of the cheating during the car accident thing, but there's another event where she was coming home from, I can't remember whose house, but they were saying boys stick together, and so she got it in her head, so she went home, she looked at his phone, but I don't know the timeline of all that.
First of all, I think that she was at Yolanda's.
Yolanda's! Ooh, Yolanda!
Yes, Yolanda Hadid.
Munchausen by proxy, girl!
Yes, you better by proxy. You better by proxy, bitch.
No, this is for real.
So now we get to see the ladies getting ready for the Rinna Beauty party. Dorit is wearing what I thought was a quite stunning Gaultier dress. It was like that light, it looked almost denim actually, but it had all the zippers and was light blue. But my favorite thing, this is my favorite moment of Dorit. The whole entire season so far, Dorit says, you know what? I feel like I'm doing justice to the outfit, you know?
I do love that because you honestly, you're either going to get worn by the outfit or you're going to do justice to that outfit.
I mean, she's correct. I think that she is, but the fact that she said it out loud, because I really thought that dress was a piece of art. I thought it was beautiful.
It was gorgeous. It was like a destroyed wraparound.
Yeah, in a way,
I loved it.
So I feel like I'm really doing this justice.
A deconstructed wraparound.
Yes.
But yes, she put on a designer's one-piece outfit, and so she is a fashion designer.
Yes, she is.
By proxy.
It's like a bully.
The Rinna Beauty party is beautiful, like incredibly
It's
beautiful.
got lip balloons, it's got lip plates, lip napkins, lip name cards. I wonder how many of these women have like stacks of name card, like just random items that have their names on it from all these parties.
Would be a great keepsake.
I mean, wouldn't you take it home if it had your name on it? Like, what are they going to do with it?
Absolutely.
So I want to say they have like an armoire with like all of them, like from every single party that they had, all their nameplates.
If they don't, they should. That's a great idea.
I think it's cute. I want one.
So Crystal in this like blush colored dress with the bows on the elbows with a little bit of piping and her hair to the side.
I can't.
Like I don't know many times that I've ever seen anything in nature that beautiful.
The pink was not obnoxious. Yeah. The fabric looked very expensive.
Yes.
I loved and just the bows on the oversized bows on the elbows.
Yes.
Like
that wins my favorite look of the whole season.
I think it's adorable.
It wins one of my favorite looks of all times. Like she just from head to toe looks so pretty.
She did that outfit justice for sure.
She did. You know what? You are right. And the styling really helped too. She just
the hair to the side. I don't know what it is about women who wear their hair to the side. I feel it's so sexy and very young. Because there's another confessional look with Sutton where her hair is to the side and she's got like a red lip. It makes her look younger. I don't know why.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I love the part in Rinna's confessional when she calls herself a cockroach and then a bug flies into her lip gloss.
That bug instantly landed in her lip. It got sucked into, died immediately, and then got turned into ember.
I was just, yes.
And then
in 100 years.
And years from now, they're going to be able to
resurrect
Lisa Rinna from that bug because it landed in her lips.
Jurassic Rinna.
Because I'm like a cockroach. You just can't get rid of me.
That is great.
Oh my gosh.
That is great.
I just see a big Tyrannosaurus Rex with huge lips
and tiny little arms.
We're trying to put lipstick on. It's like, oh, we're so stupid. Oh my gosh.
That is awesome. So Garcelle, of course, shows up first, as always.
Oh, Garcelle, haven't you learned?
Then Kathy, then Kyle, and they all get drinks from the lip-shaped menu. And then another look. Erica, I hate to be bash on you so much, but that blue coat with the contrast blue boots, like completely different.
It really
blue.
bugged you. And I agree, it bug me too. Granted, she had both colors in her hair, but it wasn't enough to tie it in the outfit. Man, if those boots matched that outfit, that would be such a cute, like, London rainy day outfit. Oh.
Would have loved it. So Erica orders a no apologies, and all the world gave a large
And of course, everybody's got to read into it.
Yes, read into it, read into it.
How about no apologies for me?
No apologies.
Ooh, love that.
How ironic that she chooses no apologies as her drink. Coincidence? I think not.
Sutton shows up in a really beautiful, like, maybe 40s kind
Looking
of
like
look.
a 1950s movie star is
50s,
what I read.
yeah.
And do you see her hair to the side?
And drinking like a movie star, adding vodka to a champagne.
I have never heard of somebody doing this, but get yours quick, girl.
But I've heard of a slutty buddy butthole. Okay.
I thought she said that too, but it is suddy, buddy, hole, right?
Yeah, slutty buddy butthole.
Suddy buddy
Butthole. It is
Suddy
butthole.
buddy butthole. Okay.
Yeah.
This is called a Suddy Buddy Butthole, but that's beside the point.
I mean, I've heard of slutty boy hole, but I haven't heard anything else other than that.
Right?
But yeah, I've never heard that before, but that would get you drunk quick, right?
I mean, I would think the bubbles with the vodka. Yeah, I would
the
think.
bubbles.
The bubbles. And plus, I'm sure Sutton weighs about 46 pounds.
Oh, yeah. So let's eat lunch on that.
Yeah.
Enchiladas and salad.
Word.
Ah.
Well, Dorit thanks Crystal for the lovely meal, but calls her Garcelle. I mean, flat out says, Garcelle, thank you for
And
this.
keeps talking, like,
Yeah.
and keeps going on it.
They're like, no, it's Crystal, dear.
Yeah, but this is a great way for Dorit to tie in what she needs
Oh,
to say
that was
to Garcelle.
it was an easy segue. It was an easy segue.
And with the king of
for it.
segues said that. You know,
Right?
I mean, you got
Yeah.
this.
She's learning from the best.
She is. I mean, she does listen.
Knowing that she listens.
I mean, millions
Knowing
of people
that she
listen on this planet, and I think
Knowing.
probably in, like, the universe. There's
Probably.
probably more.
I'm sure
we
there
are
is.
streaming out into the universe.
I'm sure some alien's getting it from a satellite somewhere.
He's probably a couple seasons behind.
So Dorit wants to know what Garcelle's problem is. And I love that Dorit's like, pointing out all these things, and Garcelle's like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I did that. Right, you're right, I did do that.
Yeah.
But Garcelle, I think one reason why maybe Garcelle and I don't mesh so much is we are so much alike because we're normally always so right. And we are always doing the right thing and always being so correct that sometimes we don't realize the way that it could be interpreted.
Oh my God, my eyes are stuck in the back of my head from the high rolls.
It's hard to realize these small differences.
Oh
between...
my God, at least you've acknowledged it. You are such a strong person. I just can't.
But you know what? It all boils down to Garcelle saying that all of this comes from just Dorit talking too much. But I don't agree with that. I think it's one of the reasons. I think it's definitely one of the reasons. But I think it's partially Garcelle's disposition.
I totally agree, because that's what Dorit kind of goes at. It's the way you're saying these things to me, not specifically what you're saying. Because, honey, this whole table has told her that, you talk too much. So why is it such a big deal that Garcelle does too? I think it's just the way Garcelle speaks.
It's more of like a really obnoxious, rude tone.
She talks very matter-of-fact and kind of dry, so it comes off as bitchy.
It oftentimes, like, people on the internet live for Garcelle. And I live for the fact that Garcelle doesn't put up with BS.
And I like that she's true to herself.
Yeah, she's not going to let you lie about her or just let you lie in general. She's going to call you out. Girl. And that's what a good housewife does.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's basically what Lisa's doing.
But is Garcelle ever fun?
No, there was only one time that she was fun. There was one time.
Have we ever seen her be exceptionally nice or generous?
It just seems when she comes on the show, she's all business.
Yeah.
She is no fun at all.
Yeah.
And it's like she's trying to interrogate. She's trying she's trying to interrogate all these women to get to know them so that they could all be friends then they could be friends. It's like, you can't force people like that to be friends just by getting information from them. You got to have fun with them.
Yeah, but I will say, I do like that Garcelle ended it with, I hear you, I'm receiving it. It will be different.
But when Dorit calls her a bully, she shuts that down quick. Because she does not want to be... Because a bully starts things. But according to Garcelle, she's reacting to everything.
Well, not only did Dorit call her a bully, but Dorit also said, well, what you did in Palm Springs the other night to Erica, in parentheses. Man, Garcelle gets up, F you, F you, F you.
I'm going to have a horse. I'm going to have a gorilla. I'm going to have a barrel of chickens.
Again, I like that part of Garcelle. Don't get me wrong. I think that's exciting and that's great TV and what a housewife should be. But again, I just missed the other part where, like, let's have some fun sometimes.
Well, that was Dorit just trying to get her jabs in to Garcelle because Dorit knows what happened that night. Everybody knows what
how
happened
can you
that
not
night.
know?
So she knows what happened. She specifically just was not there.
And Dorit also knows that she needs to stay on the show.
Yeah, and also Dorit is kind of fumbling over this, trying to get back at Garcelle because her grounds of it is, you're mean to me and you say I talk too much. But then all of these ladies were like, well, we've all said that to you, honey.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe you should look inwards and be like, well, maybe I shouldn't hijack conversations so much and maybe grow from it instead of getting upset that people keep bringing it up.
No, I do agree with that. I do agree with that wholeheartedly, but I don't think that's the only reason why Garcelle makes jabs.
It's the tone of how Garcelle makes the jabs. It's fine if somebody, like, makes a jab as, like, a friend, but, like, Garcelle isn't a friend yet.
Yeah. Sutton tries to jump in a little bit, and Erica shuts her down because Erica doesn't want to hear a word from Sutton.
This was scary.
Yeah. I mean, it went...
You can tell Erica was waiting very impatiently for the moment to attack Sutton.
Yeah.
And the second Sutton says anything, she jumped at her. She snapped at her. She's like, I didn't say don't tell the group. I just said don't repeat it. I was like, okay, girl.
And then when Garcelle, again, wraps it all up, saying things that will be different, Lisa Rinna, and like, she's such a cliche. I mean, the moment that Garcelle says it will be different, Lisa Rinna goes, well, I'm just happy that we're all talking about it.
Well, because, friends need to go through, she starts spilling out all of the generic crap that are written on the back of postcards.
Yes. Hang in there.
Hang in there, kitty. That kitty cat held on to that thing for so long. You can too.
Oh my gosh.
I just can't, Lisa.
Stay true to yourself. Take one day at a time and live in the moment.
Erica doesn't care for it. Yeah. Erica's like, Lisa Bay, I love you. That's some bullshit. I can't handle that right now. And that's what all of the world was saying at the same time.
They sure were.
Oh my gosh.
And then we get to finish off the episode over at Kathy's house.
Every time we go to Kathy's house, I feel so incredibly poor.
That's money, honey, right there. That's money.
But you know what? I immediately think, you know what, though? I bet you if I was a guest in that home, I would be made to feel so welcome.
Oh, 100%.
Even though it's, expansive, it's not cold. It feels very warm.
It feels like a family lives there.
Yes, it really does.
It doesn't feel like the room is set up for what they want.
Right, right. And we've only seen,
in.
Who knows, the rest of the house might be roped off from the help. We don't even know about it.
But I do love that she hasn't opened any of the presents yet, and that little dog is like, I know which present's mine. And I'm going to sit on it all day.
The one that smells like Paris.
Yeah, and then Kyle picks him up and is just like, dude, I was like, chilling on my present, yo. And then she sets him down, and did you hear the dog growl at her? Like,
and I was like, did you see how cute I was on this
yeah,
present?
by the way.
I was waiting for a selfie, and no one took one. So someone's making some chicken salad for Kyle's arrival. Kathy shows Kyle the dinner party that she's planning for the girls, and she's using these $950 candlesticks from
How do you...
Baccarat.
Baccarat? Is that
I
how you say it?
believe so. I believe so.
I was going to say Baccarat, so thank God you said it first. But yeah, that is intense. That's intense. Like, I could only imagine the money that is inside of that house on just certain items.
I can't. Knowing that one candlestick is almost $1,000, I can't imagine.
I need to get in the candlestick holding business.
No, I'm sorry. Karen Huger and Wendy Osefo, they're taking over the candle business right now. You're going to have to not get involved.
Well, I'm going to have 4 wicks. But when they sit down to eat, on TV trays.
I love that.
Which we eat on TV trays.
Absolutely.
I love it. But these TV trays, well, first of all, they look like they're straight up from the 1970s. Did you see the print on them? Mm-hmm. They look like they're from the 1960s, maybe.
Are.
And then a bushel of roses on each one of them.
Yeah.
Not just one rose, a bushel of them. Just to have chicken salad and crackers.
I wonder how delicious that chicken salad was, though.
Are you kidding me? I want chicken salad all day now.
That's my chicken. That's my chicken. You know, give me the chicken.
I always want chicken salad.
Oh, but dang, that I loved how fancy and extravagant it was, but the food was just very chicken salad.
You know what? I was surprised that you didn't mention in the last scene about Kathy putting on her makeup during Olive Garcia's.
Oh, I have that. I have that in there. I have it in here, but we kind of glided through that thing because while Erica and Sutton are fighting.
No, it's while Garcelle's yelling F you at Dorit.
Yes, and Kathy's in the background. She's just putting on her makeup, and I could see it in that part, and I didn't think anybody noticed it.
You pointed out to me, did you just see Kathy putting on her makeup during that whole entire thing? And I was like, no, I didn't notice.
But then when Kyle brings it up to her, she goes, Who said that? And she's like, you were doing your makeup the whole time. So Kathy lives in her own fantasy, and
that's a great place to live.
I would love to just live a moment in her fantasy for a second.
Wear those rose-colored glasses
with diamonds encrusted in the corners.
So what we didn't see in the episode before was that there was a lip reader at Rinna's party, and the lip reader.
Why didn't we see more of this lip reader? That is the most insane thing, most rich white thing I've ever heard of.
Well, because it was bogus. Because she even admitted to Googling the women.
But yeah, so basically this woman like palm reading, but with your kiss.
Yeah. You look like you're good at oral.
She gave me a knobber.
She gave him a blowjob.
Those are DSLs right there.
You look like you can't kiss worth a damn.
Ours would just be like fur patterns because our lips don't touch the paper.
So apparently the lip reader told Kyle from her mother not to ruin their family or something like that. Don't betray her. Don't betray her mother with the TV show. We're reminded that all of the past history of American Woman. Also, I forgot that Mauricio used to work with Kathy's husband, and when he left the company, that was a big deal. Oh. And now Mauricio is one of the most successful real estate agents in the country. We also find out that Kathy sent a lawyer to Kyle, or sent a letter to Kyle via a lawyer saying, you don't use my name, my likeness, and nothing.
None of it. None's.
I think here's the bottom line. Because even when they're just chatting in between the two of them, and Kyle may say something like, well, Mom was such a bad cook. I don't think that Kathy wants even something like that said about their mother on camera. Anything with the slightest negative connotation, I think that Kathy doesn't even want the slightest thing said on camera about her mother, and I think that's what all of this is about.
Yeah, and she just didn't want anybody to read into anything, give them anything to read into. Yeah. But you know what? That kind of deals with this whole Erica situation of what people think about you.
Yeah,
so
it's so far off.
Yeah, so are you afraid of people judging your family? Well, they're afraid of what other people are going to say about them.
Yeah.
And they're like, listen, I just met you, Erica. I'm not going to risk my entire career, my entire reputation, just because you married an old man and screwed over some people.
Yeah. People associate you with the company that you keep.
Amen. And plus, it's not only that they're friends, they are on a television show together. Mm-hmm. It's broadcasted. I mean, it's ridiculous that Erica can't even see that this could affect people.
Well, right now, she can only see depression and rage.
Yeah, she can only see a foot in front of her anyways.
Yeah. Seeing Kathy Hilton cry at the end of this episode is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I need the producers to stop making Kathy Hilton cry, because
Please
if I
don't
see
ever.
it again, I'm going to be very upset.
It's like making a puppy cry. It's like abusing a puppy.
It really is.
It's the saddest. And to end the episode that way.
I know, that was rude.
Well, it's now that we finally made it through the first episode, let's go ahead and take our break. Don't cry about it.
Let's get some drinks.
And we'll be back and talk about the dinner party from hell, part 2. Bye.
Are you going? Is that the easy way, or do you want to talk it out?
And we're back.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
The Dinner Party from Hell Part 2 is a very bold title for this episode.
Yeah, because this is from a much previous season and franchise.
Maybe the first season, either the first or second season, is the original Dinner Party from Hell. And it's the best episode of Beverly Hills ever.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the first season.
This one was scary, and it might have been from hell, but it might have just been from the first layer of hell, not deep down.
Well, the reason to me, while it's not as straight up from hell, is because we've already seen it all with the previews.
Yeah, the biggest blow-ups were towards the end.
Yeah, but we already seen it in the commercials and the
already saw
previews.
it.
The only thing that we didn't see was the part between Garcelle and Erica towards the end when Erica's like, "You can let me go now."
Yeah.
But in all the commercials, we've already seen all that whole exchange between Erica and Sutton.
Yep.
Like, none of that is new. So I was I was like, oh.
And there wasn't stuff going on through the whole episode, like craziness.
Yeah.
It was pretty, it was a dinner party from heck.
I mean,
How's
it was a dinner party from hell. If I hadn't seen it already, it would have been the most intense thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because Erica.
I mean, it might have been as iconic if I hadn't seen it all before from the previews, you know?
Yeah.
But we start off at Dorit's house. Again, Dorit's storyline is completely about fashion.
That's fitting.
Yeah, completely about fashion. So her assistant Ashley has a box of wedding dresses, and PK likes to name the dresses.
He does, and he's pretty good at it.
He's not bad. Well,
Yeah.
the first one with the pearls on it, we're just calling Pearl.
Pearl, yeah, that's fine.
original.
Should have called it Ariel or something.
Or Areola.
No.
Then there's the moment.
The moment. Oh my God, it's the moment.
The actress.
Oh my God, it's the actress. It's amazing.
The woman.
The woman.
The woman.
It's amazing.
Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Hi.
PK wants to renew their vows, and Dorit's like, I know what that curse is.
Yeah, that comes with some bad baggage.
And Dorit says that actually PK is the talkative one. And maybe she talks so much with the girls because she can't get a word in edgewise at home with PK.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, honey. Right. I mean, if you want to blame it on PK, you can go ahead and blame it on PK.
But we ain't buying it.
But we all know where that mouth comes from.
I do feel that the dresses were quite beautiful, though.
Yeah, they're really pretty. I did have a little bit of note, like the moment dress. I liked it for ladies who wanted to have that traditional look, but still be modern. Because it had the big poofy dress part in the back, but in the front, it like cut down some leg and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that.
I thought she had some really lovely dresses. And then we go to Sutton's new home in Bel Air, priced at $5,350,000.
That's easy.
Change.
I've got that in my wallet right now.
Oh, well, good. I need to borrow some.
No.
This house is stripped down quite a bit for the rebuild, but Sutton is so excited about having this new home as a single woman and being her own person.
Doing it. Single ladies.
And then, of course, it goes back to the Rinna Beauty party and how Sutton feels about it. And Sutton's just mad about being called small town now.
Oh, yeah. But she does say that she's been using kitten paws this whole time.
I really like kitty cat or crazy cat lady.
Well, she's ready to take the gloves off.
The kitten paws off. Round.
In her confessional, though, Sutton does say that she believes that Erica didn't know what was going on, but then someone came and said, all right, gig is up. Take care of yourself. It's been a nice ride. Mm-hmm. That's believable.
Yeah.
That's believable.
It is.
That's quite believable. And fair. I think it's fair to Erica, like gives Erica the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but she does think something's fishy.
Well, again, we even said on the podcast, Erica has been lying.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. But she's been lying to cover up her bad marriage.
And when you're married till like that long, you forget what the truth is. But yeah, she hasn't been lying about the money.
No.
She's lying about
Tom.
the relationship with Tom.
But it does bring it back to, is Erica doing Tom's PR?
She has nothing bad to say about Tom.
Yeah. So.
And I'm wondering if she's saying these things because she knows that if Tom goes down, she goes down with him.
It's hard to say. I mean, no one really knows the truth. Who knows if they even know the truth?
Yeah, I don't
right?
know.
You know? So moving over to Crystal's house, she's ordered some duck and some dim sum.
With the boss of the house.
Yes, with the boss.
I would love to go eat
that.
over at Crystal's house.
I mean,
She's got
I
really
love
good food.
Yeah, I love watching her Instagram because she is always, like every single day, cooking something.
And Crystal is eating guinea pig. Like, I would love to try guinea pig.
When I was a kid, that was our pet. We had guinea pigs.
We had guinea pigs,
so
too.
I'm not eating a guinea pig.
I mean...
Is it pork? Would a guinea pig be pork?
I've had a snake as a pet, too, and I've eaten a snake. People have rabbits, or people eat like pigs and chickens.
Chickens?
Yes, and yes, what the chicken?
What about shrimp?
Shrimp. People have lots of shrimp.
They have seared ahi tuna, they have barbecued shrimp.
As pets?
Yes. I mean, what are those things? Monkeys in the sea or whatever?
Oh, yeah, sea monkeys.
Are those shrimp?
I've been told they are shrimp. Can you believe that Garcelle actually showed up last?
Yeah, I was kind of blown away at this.
Yeah,
because she's always first. And the same thing with the end of this episode, or with Kathy's house, she was not first.
I know. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm
something's
a little
up.
nervous. Something's
you
going
know
on.
what? There is something up. Something's not adding up. Garcelle is up to something. She's always first.
Now she's last. What's taking her so long?
Are you guys playing?
She's scheming.
With Erica.
Yes, and that's why she's like kind of fighting with Garcelle too, to make it seem like they're not friends. Wow, you just cracked this case
did.
wide open.
Call me Sherlock Holmes.
I don't know what it means, but you cracked something open.
Kathy is not great with chopsticks, but Garcelle is like a pro. Garcelle's like eating one rice at a time.
I do love, I don't know where this came up out of nowhere, but I have it in my notes, but Kathy Hilton is talking about how she's gotten ready for the dinner party and she has polished the silver and she has cleaned the crystal. There is a big difference between polishing and cleaning.
Yeah.
There is.
There is.
But I love it that Kathy like pointed that out.
Yeah, you have to use the right terms.
Yes.
You have to use the right terms.
But that's a rich talking right there. You're like, if you have a lot of silver to polish.
But I mean, I love that she wants to do it herself.
Yes.
I mean, she's got a whole team of people, I'm sure, that could do it for her.
Oh my gosh.
And I guess it's an OCD, I would say, that she like wants to make sure that everything's the right, but she obviously has a team that she can trust because there's a lot of work going on there.
So when Garcelle does show up, Erica meets her at the door, and Erica is in good spirits and mood. She's like laughing and joking. It's the first light that I've seen in Erica this whole season.
Because they're not talking about her drama for a moment.
For a moment.
And then they recap Rinna's yet again. So we're talking about the Garcelle versus Dorit drama, the Sutton versus Erica drama. And it's funny because, you know, earlier in the episode, Sutton said the same thing that Erica says right here. They felt like their relationship was on such a great track, and they're both really disappointed of where it is right now.
Yeah.
They both feel the exact same way about this. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting that that they have that parallel and that that the whole story is about how much they're not getting along right now. And then they talk about, you know, Sutton being worried about her reputation, and most ladies are at the table like, we never heard of Sutton. Before she was on this show, we never heard of her.
Yeah, and this is why I do like Garcelle, because Garcelle's like, she says in her confessional, y'all, just because you haven't heard about them, doesn't mean that they're not famous or popular. I didn't know half of y'all before I met you.
Right.
But she does read them really good because they're just like, well, I never heard of her, so she can't be somebody.
Right.
It's like, just because you haven't heard from them doesn't mean that they're not important in their own clientele and stature in society.
Well, social media is like, by the way, Erica and Crystal, no one heard of you until you got on this show.
It's true.
Right. Well, I mean, actually, Erica did have a little bit of a following.
But I never heard of her.
Yeah.
And she never would have been this famous without Housewives.
Absolutely
100%.
not. Absolutely. Moving over to Kyle and Mo's 25th anniversary.
But you don't have to say Mo. I don't know why you're so upset about it, but you keep using it.
I can't help it.
Oh my God. I don't even think anybody even on the show has said it yet. Oh. Have they?
I don't know. Mauricio has a beautiful setup with lots of roses and candles. And Kyle in that gorgeous little beautiful silk pink shirt dress.
Cute.
She looked so great.
I mean, there was literally like 1,000 candles and he lit them all one by one. I'm sure when he started the first one, by the time he finished the last one, the first one was burnt out.
And he was sweating.
Oh yeah.
How romantic.
He had to turn like the sprinkler system off and stuff in the house.
Can they not even have a romantic dinner without talking about Erica?
No. Of course not.
They're
having caviar and champagne by the pool with candles, and of course they're going to need to talk about it.
I mean, it's like Crystal's talking to her 3-year-old. Well, you know Erica. Kathy's talking to her butler. What did you hear about Erica? I mean, can we not talk about Erica for one scene? You know?
But no, it's on the tip of everybody's tongue.
Everybody's got a skeleton in their closet.
My family, it all just happens to be out there.
I don't remember what it was, but I wrote down, we are Mauricio and Kyle. I couldn't remember.
It's because she gets upset about things and he just says sorry. It just is like, okay, I want to just be done with this fight.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
I don't know what you mean by that, and I want you to apologize. That's rude. Thank you. I want you to apologize better now.
Oh, God. I'll apologize later.
Let's just put the kibosh on it for now.
Then we have a cute little montage of the women getting ready. Dorit and Jagger with the lipstick. That was really cute.
Yeah.
And then
he's like, I'm going to put this on your lips. If it's not going on your lips, it's going to go somewhere else.
I was like, that's frightening. I was like, I want to use that sound bite, but I don't think I can use it as a kid saying.
I don't think it goes well as a kid saying
no,
that.
No. And then Kyle calling Kathy, and Kathy like saying hello, and then just spending the rest of the conversation talking to the staff.
Yes.
And then,
well, Kathy does not want anybody to show up early because she considers it fluffing. Which in gay world, fluffing means a completely different term. Well, so when she said that, I was
straight
like,
people watch porn too.
But yeah, she like the last 5 to 10 minutes is when she's got to check. God, did you write down the list of the things that she has to do?
Please don't come 5 or 10 minutes early, because that's when I really am walking around to make sure that there's a fresh bar of soap, that the toilet paper's folded, perfumes are out, that they're not rotten. So I'm like adjusting the lighting in the room. Those are the things I like to do. I'm a flupper.
She has to make sure the toilet paper is in a triangle. She has to make sure there's soap, there's perfumes, and make sure the perfumes haven't gone bad. She has to make sure that the turtle doves are fed. And, like anything and everything.
The turtle doves are fed.
I don't know.
You're so funny. So Rinna shows up first. It's either Garcelle or Rinna.
This is where I was like, I'm so surprised Garcelle didn't show up first.
I wonder if Rinna was 5 to 10 minutes early.
She obviously was, because when she showed up,
Even
nobody
Patrick
was
wasn't there.
Patrick was not there.
Patrick shows up, though, and he's really friendly and very complimentary and kind of flirty.
I knew Patrick back when we were in France together. He's
you?
terrible at French, and he needed to come to America to make himself feel like he was more important. But he butchers the language, he talks too much, and he flirts with everybody. I'm so glad he's away from me in my hometown of France.
Your hometown of France.
Yes.
Such a nice town, that France.
Because I'm from the town of France.
The town of France. Is that France, Kentucky, or France, Nevada?
Shut up.
It's giving me a Lugano, Switzerland vibe.
So all the ladies show up, and the whole time Kathy's still running around checking on everything. And then Garcelle was last again.
Okay, did Kathy say the mayonnaise was flown in from France?
Someone said that, I think.
I think Kathy said that.
Then
I think they said, then somebody else said, oh, it was flown in from the moon.
I couldn't tell if it was real or if it was a joke.
I don't know. It's got to be real. I mean, if it's Kathy Hilton.
I wonder what French mayonnaise
She
is like.
probably got the air in the house flown in from France, too.
Do you know how expensive it is to ship Duke's mayonnaise across the country?
Your mom knows.
A lot of my friends from the East Coast know. By the way, ship me Duke's mayonnaise, y'all. I'm out. But it's expensive because it's heavy.
Duke's mayonnaise.
So they all start to adjourn to the table. Rinna's already drunk after cocktail number 2. Dorit is feeling like this type of opulence is just the kind of life that I need. This feels like home.
This is what I'm used to when I'm living on the edge of
Glory.
Sokovia or whatever she said she was at.
So Dorit goes to the bathroom and Erica starts to take her seat. This is Kathy Hilton. Kathy Hilton's like, I went to have a very elegant dinner party at my house.
This is a ladies' women's dinner.
But I also want to have front row seats to sitting Erica next to Sutton.
Right next to Sutton. Like, could you not have planned that better?
No, I mean, it was...
I mean, honestly, you couldn't have.
Like,
if she would have put, like... And she put Dorit right across the table from Sutton. I mean, from Erica.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of Erica is Garcelle. Like, Kathy Hilton.
It's giving me anxiety talking about it.
But before Erica can even sit down, Sutton is like, let's talk. Let's talk quietly just between us two in front of the dinner table of people that are all sitting down getting ready for dinner. Let's have a talk.
Which was smart. But Erica is like, here's what I think about the whole rest of this episode. I feel like Erica really showed up to this party thinking, this is the one time that we're not going to be talking about my stuff. This is the one time at Kathy Hilton's house where we all have to be on our best behavior. This is the one time that I'm going to get to show up, enjoy a Hilton experience, and forget about my woes for a minute, and again, not talk about it on camera in particular.
Okay.
So that, to me, is what feeds the whole rest of this episode.
Okay.
Is that it's not so much the ladies are talking about Erica. It's just they're talking about Erica tonight and on camera again, and she wasn't expecting it, nor did she even want it if she was expecting it.
Because she seemed like she was in good moods.
Yeah, I think...
Coming into the party.
I think that's what... Because, they can't say that on camera. They can't say, I don't want to talk about it on camera tonight. They can't do that. And so I think that explains Erica throughout the rest of this episode.
Well, Sutton starts off asking Erica if she's okay, and she wants to know how she's doing, but Erica is like, shuts it down. No, not even going to even acknowledge your existence right now.
She's like, I only have capacity to worry about my stuff, so your opinion of me does not even matter. I can't be even slightly concerned about anything that you think of me.
You be quiet, all right, Miss Small Town. I'm so worried about my motherfucking reputation.
Yeah, and Sutton's just like, well, okay. I mean, I get, like, what else where do you go from there?
And then Dorit tries to start clear stuff up with Garcelle, and Kathy Hilton cuts her off in mid-sentence. It was
it was pretty amazing. I had never seen a housewife do this before.
These women revere Kathy Hilton.
Kathy Hilton is a god to these women. Like, listen, if Kathy Hilton says this, y'all better obey.
As silly as she can be, you ain't gonna cross her.
Listen, this is a Hilton. Hilton. Have you heard of her? Have you heard of that? Like the word Hilton?
Oh, do they own the Hyatt? Chain?
I'm not an octopus.
So first of all, Lisa Rinna somehow gets the bell, and that's a problem. But what the biggest problem is, Rinna and her freaking games around the dinner table. Let's play a game!
I was going to say the biggest issue right here is Lisa and her makeup. She is so dark orange. Oh, she is so dark orange.
Orange.
It's disgusting.
Orange, you glad she's wearing her orange makeup? Guess not.
Orange, I'm not very glad.
So the first course is caviar pie with vodka.
Caviar pie? But this vodka, that vodka had to have been superior,
it was
handmade
like some
from
Russian.
The king of Russia. Is there kings in Russia?
I think
I don't know.
So. Tsar.
Tsar king.
it? Isn't it a czar of Russia?
Is it true? I
It
thought
used
you
to
were
be.
saying somebody from like the Superman movies or
No.
something.
It used to be it used to be back in the day. I don't know if it still is called a czar, but it used to be called a czar of Russia.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Czar, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You thought I was talking like Zod from Superman.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like, I was like, really?
No, I don't know if they're still called czars, but I know they used to be called czars.
Well, anyways, that vodka has been blessed by the czars.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Czars bless our vodka. The next course is lamb chops, but they can't even get Erica her lamb chops because she and Sutton are already deep in it.
And even poor Patrick, he goes back, he's like, they are fighting cats and dogs.
Yeah.
That sounded very like Transylvania, like very, Dracula.
Well, you said he didn't fit in France.
I told you.
That's probably why. So Erica is insisting yet again, y'all, anything happening on in my life does not affect anything in your life. And Sutton actually is like, I get it now.
I understand.
I might not have understood now, but I get it. But she didn't get it yesterday when she was talking to Kyle.
I don't think she gets it. I think she knows that that's where she stands, but she knows that she needs to come, like, tell her the reason why she's curious about these because she doesn't know enough information.
Yeah. Well, Dorit's like, Erica, I love you and I support you, but I don't agree with you. It does affect us.
Woo! Dorit, where did these set on you come from?
'Cause again, she's got to secure her place for next season.
Wow, I was kind of blown away that she disagreed with Erica.
Yeah.
She's like one of the only women in this group that has disagreed with Erica during this time other than Sutton. So I was very proud of Dorit.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it in different ways, we talked about it last time. When you have a lot to lose, Garcelle was right. Garcelle's like, can't you think for just a moment that it would just be human nature to go, all right, now how does this affect me?
I want to protect my life
We
and
work
my
together.
family. We work together. We're on the show. Erica is just dead set on saying none of this is affecting you because it's all affecting me. She can't see outside of her own vision, which is understandable. I completely understand Erica, but she also needs to step back and just say, if I'm going to keep my friends, I need to let them know everything, not bits and pieces. If they need to know stuff, they need to know stuff because we are on a show together. They're not simply friends.
Well, Garcelle shouldn't have asked that because it upset Erica greatly. Garcelle tries to comfort her, and Erica's like, just step back. She's like, you can let go of me now. Just, and I felt for Erica because if I'm feeling really upset, really, really upset.
Don't touch me.
I don't want to be hugged.
Don't hold me.
Yeah.
Don't crowd me.
As a matter of fact, can you just pretend for a moment that I'm not there?
Yeah. But Erica says a very cryptic message.
What's that?
She's like, when all of this is cleared and over with, I'm going to remember who stayed by me and who betrayed me.
Oh, help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus.
And I'm like, dang. That is some serious wordplay.
I mean, it's kind of a threat.
It is a threat.
Well, it's very much a threat. You're right. It's
But
very much a threat.
It's a very big threat. But I mean, again, all those ladies are just like, Erica, we just need you to understand where we're coming from in just the slightest that this can affect us because we're on a show together.
But Erica, I think when she says, why are you all torturing me? I really think, again, that just means, why did you guys bring this up tonight?
Why are you guys bringing me to these parties just to talk about it? But again, Erica, you're on a TV show. You know this is going to come.
But it's been every party. So I think she just
It
thought,
has been
it's
every
Kathy
party.
Hilton's.
We've already talked about it. Everyone said their piece last time.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time we're just going to sit and chill.
And we're not going to misbehave at Kathy Hilton's. There's no way.
I mean, oh, yeah.
But clearly she was wrong. Erica feels like they're ganging up on her, but then they all kind of pare it down to just being about Sutton. They're all pretty much like, oh no, Erica, it's Sutton that feels...
Well, mostly Kyle says that.
Yeah.
And Kyle kind of turns and flips the script and is kind of like, well, Sutton, you need to come up and like stand up of what you were saying to Erica. And Kyle, stop. Because we've all agreed you need to have a delicate touch with Erica during this time. But if you're just going to flat out and say, this person doesn't trust you, period, you're just trying to start shit. And it's unneeded and it's unnecessary.
The one way that these ladies, kind of the rule about being a housewife is you have to be honest. That's the rule. If you're not going to be honest, you're going to get called out. That's the rule.
Well, then why isn't she calling out Garcelle and Dorit at the same time as Sutton.
Well, Dorit's doing just fine on her own, making a mess of this right now.
Oh, I know that. But I just hate that all of this is on Sutton's back. Granted, Sutton did get that group together to talk about it, so it is on her. But y'all, quit trying to make her the enemy in this group of this fight. There are no enemies in this fight.
Well, behind the scenes, though, Sutton has been talking a huge game.
Oh,
She's been, I'll say it to her face.
yeah, she has.
So I think everyone's like, well, if you're gonna bark like that, you better start biting right here in front of Erica.
Well, and she kind of did though.
Yeah, she's just not being hateful about it. Like I
Well,
think
you
they all
can't
wanted
just
to be
say,
like,
"Hey, I don't like
Yeah.
you because of these things." You got to delicately say it because you're in a conversation with somebody.
absolutely. And then the whole episode just ends with the entire scene that we have seen in the previews. Like we've seen this scene 3 or 4 times. We've been waiting for it since the beginning of the season. Since probably, I bet it was in the season trailer.
I wonder if Erica has. Sorry to go on the off subject, but I wonder if Erica has anybody else other than these ladies in her life that is caring for her.
Let's be honest, if I was having some good sex, this whole thing would not be that depressing.
I think at that time her number 1 glam squad guy, Mikey, I think his name, I think at that time he was still around. We still see him on camera every now and then.
Because Erica, she's like, I'm just looking for everyone's support. Like, I need somebody to be behind on my corner.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what her life is like outside of this show. I don't know who her best
she's
friends
living
are.
alone for the first time.
And that's the thing, is like,
nothing worse than being alone with your thoughts.
that's the worst thing. I said that in earlier episodes. Don't let Erica go home to sit by herself.
Yeah, nothing worse than
It's
being
the
alone
worst.
with your
And
thoughts.
you guys stop bringing Erica over to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh,
I hope that's the end of it, but it's,
Well, it's not, because this episode is to be continued.
Man, when Erica was like screaming, or what? Or what, Sutton? Sutton obviously is like, or what? What? Are we gonna fight? Yeah. Like, is that what you're wanting from me? Like a fight? Because I'm a lady and I am an adult. I don't fight.
This is where you can really see like a caged animal that's feeling
Oh,
attacked.
you could see it in her eyes, her teeth.
Like it's very.
Oh yeah, when you're put into a corner, when
Yeah.
she's backed up into a corner.
She's like gritting her, like.
It's just the way she's saying it. There is so much hate.
Well,
and anger
here's the deal,
behind
though.
it. It
She's
hurts.
trying her best to keep composure.
She has
She
kept
has
her
sat there-
composure so well over these
She-
episodes.
She has sat there with like perfect posture this entire time, and she hasn't raised her voice.
She hasn't sobbed, but those tears are streaming down that cold, dead face that she has.
So she's
I
just
feel
like
so
an
bad.
animal who's feeling attacked right now, and it's very primitive. That was, Well,
I feel
this
so bad. I
episode
hate it.
is to be continued, so I guess we will be continued. By the time you all listen to this, it'll be about time for the Salt Lake City premiere.
Woo, y'all. You ready?
Oh, it's all I can think about. That's all I can think about.
We've been ready for this since the ending of the first season.
So we will have a little bit of a schedule change because, Salt Lake City is our top priority.
Top priority.
So we might change. I haven't sat down to figure it out yet, but we might change the date that we release our episodes to more accommodate the Salt Lake City Sunday schedule, but we'll let you know in the next episode.
I'm still traveling like every weekend still,
So
y'all.
we're trying. We're doing our. Sorry, we had to miss last week. We're just doing our best to make it happen.
Sorry, y'all. We're gonna get back on schedule. I promise you.
Best we can, at least.
The best we can, at least. But we are so excited for Salt Lake City, and you guys, I'm sure. I mean.
I do have to say really quick, I have to interrupt you. Someone on my personal social media this weekend posted a comment on one of my pictures that said, "Oh, is that the Weekend D?" I was like, "Thanks, Hunter. Thanks, Hunter."
If you guys haven't heard earlier season.
No, I didn't. No. All right, make sure you follow us on our socials. On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
We are also on YouTube. So you could go check us out and check out little videos on YouTube of us. And also we are on wherever you listen to podcasts, but specifically for Apple Podcasts, can you please give us a nice little written review and a 5-star rating? I completely spaced this, but the last time I said this, somebody did put a review on there.
Thank you.
And it said, please get them out of the hot closet.
Yes, get us out of the hot closet.
I'm going to give you a shout out. The next episode, I'm going to get your screen tag or your name tag, your hashtag or whatever it is, your handle, your tag name.
Handle,
name.
there you go.
Boom.
Yes.
So thank you for the 1 out of the million people that have listened to us.
Yes,
did what I said.
You might notice that we don't have sponsors anymore. So help us get out of the hot closet.
Please help us. And we need that by getting reviews on Apple Podcasts and 5-star ratings.
Thank you all so much. I hope you have a great week.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Let's try that again.
Gotta get your test done.
You better get tested.
Get your butt checked. Get your boobs checked.
Get them all checked.
Get the balls checked.
Balls.